You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Well, I actually think there's quite a lot to be excited about when you look at some of the longer-term trends in the economic data. Things are just much better than we expected.
How can it be much better than expected when we have a liquidity crisis right on our doorstep? The first time in about 70 years. Better? What is she, nuts? Unbelievable, these people. Again, as you remember, I said we would have this one big rally before we have a correction, before we have a crash. And I've been telling my members all along to keep buying what we call power stocks. And those are stocks that made a new one-year high. Of course, most of those are tech stocks. Now, if you're getting into these tech stocks and rally, in this rally that's going on right now, you're making a mistake. You had to be in these tech stocks when we got in. Not now. You're chasing a train that's going to crash, because just take a look at the 10-year Treasury yield. It's above 4%. And when rates are above 4%, that is not good for tech stocks. But what's going on is the same thing's been going on now for about a year. You got all these tourists who are jumping in, buying the same stocks. But that's okay. You can take advantage of them if you got in early on. We bought most of our tech stocks back between October 28th and the 30th. So if you're going to jump in today, then you better make sure you're getting in something that's called a power stock that's making a new year high, and you got to monitor it. You got to put stops in, And because this is exactly what happened with the dot-com crash. Exact same things going on. Everybody just, such a euphoria. Oh, wow. And everybody just jumped in. Cab drivers, everybody. The market's never going to come down again. And this is when it grabs you. Because we've gone from QE to QT. And it means we go into tightening. And we have this liquidity crisis that, again, will affect our banks. The banks are in deep trouble. So, again, if you're in these tech stocks and you're following us, especially my gang in these tech stocks, that's fine. But keep taking profits, keep adjusting your stops. And just like I said, 4 or 5 weeks ago, this would happen. This always happens. You always get this one big rally because all the big hedge funds, all the big insurance companies, okay, the big brokerage houses like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, they got to get their clients out before a crash occurs. But nobody believes there's a crash going on. That's what's most dangerous. And what people don't realize is the destruction that QE did to Main Street. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to have a crash. There's very little savings. Did you know that? Very little savings. So when you take a look, when they decided to stop QE and they started to raise rates from 0 to 5%, and I think the date that started was, I think it was about 2 years ago. Can't remember the exact date. March 2022. And so that's when they started to raise rates. And that was fine because what they were trying to do is stop this inflation to meet their pricing target. They don't remember the Fed has a pricing target of 2%. So once they started to raise those rates, that's when they really started to crush Main Street. And that's why we got a big problem. There's just one problem. Now, today we made an all-time new high on the spiders. Now, the spiders have now joined the Dow and the NASDAQ, and everybody's celebrating. But nobody's looking at IWM, the small mid-cap stocks. That's the Russell 2000. That is the most important indice you have to look at. That's the one that tells you the health of the stock market. And IWM, the small mid-cap stocks, the Russell 2000, is 26% away from its all-time high. That means you got the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, all reached an all-time new high. But the most important indicator, the Russell, has not. That spells danger. That's a red flag. Now, again, like my gang, we are continuing to buy these stocks. But we started in these in October. So we got what they call wood in these stocks. So again, you got to be careful if you're going to be chasing these things now. But going back to what's going on here, by raising that cost of money from 0 to 5%, it's destroyed our country. It's destroyed Main Street. And that's why you're seeing, when you see the small mid-cap stocks, that's Main Street. See, the small mid-cap stocks, IWM is the symbol, that's what represents Main Street. You can really find out, if anybody wants to know what the economy is really doing, how healthy it is, and how the stock market's doing, that's what you look at. You don't turn to CNBC or Fox Business. Look at IWM. Because as I told you, IWM is an important monitor because IWM is like small businesses is the heart and the blood and the brain and everything. I mean, IWM and small businesses are the cornerstone of our country. And when you're 26% away from an all-time high, you've got a real problem. Now, it doesn't mean you just also stop buying these stocks. We're still buying, but you got to be prepared for what's coming. And don't forget, we also have an inverted yield curve. Nobody's paying attention to that. We have never seen an inverted yield curve this far. Since 2022, I think this may be the second time we've ever had a yield curve this long. And yield curves this long always guarantee you a recession and a crash. Always happens. The stocks that are making all-time new highs, they're not sustainable. We're starting to see them. All the ones, they hit that new time high, then they pull back. They can't sustain the all-time new high. They're pulling back. The breadth in the market is negative. We have more shares declining than rising. Remember, everybody's looking at the same 5 to 7 stocks, not the overall market. There's the problem right there. Everybody's looking at those same stocks. So if you go back to what's happening with that rate increase from 0 to 5%, you can see how it destroyed our economy and the fabric of our nation. Now, repo policy, now think about this. The wealthy, do you ever wonder why they never squawk when they went from 0 to 5.25? Never squawked about it. Why? Well, because they benefited. They benefit big from that 5%. Give you an example. Bezos, do you know, from 0, when interest rates were at 0, and they went to 5.25, over 24 months, because of that hike, the cash he had in his savings, we'll call it, cash on hand, he made an extra $12 billion because rates went from 0 to 5%. And when I get back, we're going to go over more folks who made a fortune with high rates and inflation. But what's happening to Main Street?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Become an expert investor. Here's Phil Grande of Phil's Gang Radio Show.
If you want financial freedom, then don't let Wall Street hold you back. Discover what they are hiding and how to thrive, even in a stock market crash. Unlock these secrets with a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. Real strategies, no fluff. Take action right now. Come on, become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Just visit www.philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Make sure you're getting into stocks that have no sellers above you. We also have, and we just bought this the other day, matter of fact, new Visa. That's going up again. Went from 268 the other day. It's now 270. I think we bought it somewhere around 266. It's now 270. Microsoft, that's a power stock. No sellers above it. So try to stay in the stocks that are power stocks that have no sellers above them, and just keep taking profits as they go up. Adjust your stop. They run again. And what you got to look for, though, before you buy them is make sure they have a buy pattern, which is either a V shape or W. And you can take advantage of this rally before the crash, just like the .com days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, Phil's Gang. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, and click where it says Get Started. And for 10 days, you won't have to pay a penny to learn how to invest properly. So you're at a point that it doesn't matter if stocks go up or stocks go down, rates up, rates down. It doesn't matter. You're going to continue to make money because you're going to be making decisions on which stocks to buy based on are interest rates up or interest rates down. And then you're going to make decisions based on is money going into that particular stock or coming out of the stock. If it's coming out of the stock, we're going to short it. Going in, we're going to go long. And we stay with a certain group of stocks. We have 6 stocks we stay with all year. And each one of those 6 stocks, we have assigned to that 6 stocks, what we have is a pool of stocks. In other words, for example, let's say you take energy. One of our energy stocks is MRO. So we trade that all year. But associated with MRO, we have USO, COP, and Schlumberger. So same thing with our banks, JP Morgan. We buy that, sell it short, go long all year long. But we have Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, and Visa. And we do the same thing with our semis. We're an AMD, and we have a pool of 4 or 5 stocks there. And we also have our big tech, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, Google. And then, again, we have our stock is, main stock is Apple and Microsoft, but we also have a pool. So in other words, by staying with the same 6 stocks and then having with that 6 individual stocks a little pool of other stocks, that's all you have to do. And then we are in the S&P all the time. We're either going long or we're shorting it. We're never out of the S&P. And at the end, if people think at the end of 10 days, gee, this is a little too much for me, I don't have the time, well, then just stay with our Spider program. Because we alert you to everything we're doing, when we're buying it, when we're selling it, we're adding to it. So you just are going to be learning off of us. And if all you're doing is the Spiders, and Spiders got a hell of a record for 35 years. They've averaged 10% every year for 35 years. Now that's without selling short. So you got a good opportunity. And the other thing is you got to learn how the market works. Like everybody right now really believes the market's never going to come down again. This is exactly what they thought in 2008. We've got tourists jumping in buying these tech stocks right now. It's crazy. Now these tech stocks, we're already in them. We've already been in these tech stocks. Our main tech stocks we bought between October, I think, 28 and 30 and 31, I think. And we've been with these stocks all along. That's how you make money. We made money when nobody wanted them. Remember we had that, when we had the crash, or I shouldn't say crash, but we had a big pullback. If you go from July, if you recall, it was July 2023 to October 2023. It dropped about 10%. I think it was around 10%, maybe a little bit more. Was that? That's 10%. And then I told my members, okay, let's switch our short positions and let's buy these guys because they're going to run this market. And all they know is tech stocks, the same 7 stocks all the time. And you got a crew of buyers, as they call them, tourists. They don't know what they're doing, but they buy all the time the same stocks on the dip. So you go in, buy right before they do, and then let them run them up for you. And then right at the top where everybody finally gets in, right at the top, that's when we say, here, you can have ours. We've been shorting gold. Why? Because we noticed the bond market, the value of bonds have been going down. So when the value of bonds are going down, the dollar is going up. So that hurts gold mining stocks. So we've been shorting miners. So we've been shorting our miners while going long our tech stocks and some other what we call power stocks. Like we were shorting Boeing. That was one of our power stocks. We're shorting that. We caught Boeing on the way up. And give you an idea, we got into Boeing, just an example. Got into Boeing around $206. We got out of Boeing around $230, I think it was around $264. And then, that's a 26% gain. Then we waited for our Pro 2 color-coded chart to give us a sell signal, to telling us the institutions, the big boys, the insurance companies, Wall Street, were taking their money out of Boeing. And that was around 228. And she dropped down to around, I don't know what it was, down to about 201. We're still short right now. It's up a little bit, about 213, and we're going to stay with that short. So we're either short or we're long. And it doesn't matter to us. Now, the big mistake, and what's going on right now, what people don't understand, when they decided to raise rates from 0 to 5%, and we had in the money supply also, remember, grew so big that it was they had to do something. So they decided, okay, we're going to shrink the money supply. First time they did that in 74 years. But now as they've been shrinking the money supply, they've got a problem. Because they also came up with dumb ideas like, let's increase the bank's reserves. So that hurt the money supply. All these dumb mistakes they made, unbelievable. So now the problem is with the money reserve, a lot of that money goes into what they call repo, okay? And it's the Federal Reserve has this repo account. And you can go in and get a rate just about maybe 2 points below the Fed rate. So let's say the Fed short-term rate is 5.3%. You can go in and get a rate of like 5.1%. So a lot of mutual funds do that. A lot of mutual fund managers do that. They shift their money to the New York Fed repo facility. It holds about $2.5 trillion. And because of QE, and because of all this money in the system, so they started to shift all this money to the repo facility to get 2.5, to get high interest rate. But now what's happened is this money, okay, now that they're saying they're going to cut rates, everybody's been taking their money out, especially the money market fund guys. They're starting to pull their money out of that $2.5 trillion. So just recently it dropped from $2.5 trillion to $650 billion. What's that mean? Are you kidding me? Just what happened in 2018. You're going to have a repo blow up. You won't have enough money to give to the banks overnight to open up the doors the next morning. So no one's talking about this. Nobody. I mean, I can't say nobody. I don't listen to everybody, but I haven't heard anybody talking about this. So we got a big problem going on in the repo facility that now it only has $650 billion, no more than $2.5 trillion. So that means we could have a crisis. So what we're doing is continuing to watch the repo chart, because we don't care how much the rate goes up. What we're looking for is a spike, just like last time in 2018. You get a big spike, that means that they're not going to be covered overnight, and then you get a crash. And so right now, that's what we're heading for. But no one's talking about that. Everybody's just sitting around going, look at this, the market's never going to come down again. Remember, QE is a confidence game, and everybody got caught up in it, and now everybody's going to have to pay for it at some point. Why pay for it? When it happens, short it. In the meantime, stay long.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth. You get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So why don't you join us and follow us? Because what we're doing right now is we have been shorting mining stocks. Newmont. We've been shorting the ETF, GDX, it's all the miners, and we've been doing quite well. We're averaging probably anywhere from 8 to 10, 11% shorting these guys. And these miners are going to turn around as soon as the dollar goes down, and it will go down because the bond market, the value of bonds will start going back up. The dollar's going to start going down. People are going to run to gold. You'll see, especially when the market starts crashing. The other thing is oil. We had a 35% return on our oil, or 32% return on our oil stocks when we waited for oil to drop by 35%. That's right. We said, let's wait for oil per barrel drop 35%, and then we'll buy Schlumberger, we'll buy Exxon, any of those. And they just soared. So we're very close to $62 a barrel again, which would be about a 35% drop. I think oil today is around $74. So if you join our gang, you can start with these stocks with us. Because see, you got to get in early when nobody wants them, okay? If you're in buying stocks right now, the tech stocks, you're going after, Google, and you're going after Nvidia, and you're going after, Microsoft, and all the others. Okay, you're too late. I mean, you got to be one hell of a trader to get in now and get out in time. But that's how everybody loses money. They always wait to the very end. They get in at the tippy top. Remember, QE has always been a confidence game. QE was always a lie. And it's destroyed Main Street, destroyed our economy. And we're not going to get rid of this 40-year inflation overnight. It's going to take this market down. No choice. QE, remember, was a lie that was made up by Obama and Bernanke. And they said that QE would reduce long-term interest rates, and it did. And they said, and what it's going to do is bolster business investment. And that business investment is going to increase productivity. It's going to increase jobs and wages and savings. And your life is going to be much better. Your quality of life. Because you're going to have a good job and you're going to have big savings. It was a lie. What occurred is they took the money and then put it into business investment or productivity or increased jobs or wages or savings. What they did, the CEOs took the money and diverted it to stock buybacks. It was a con job. So that's how we got to where we are today. So for 14 years, this is what these guys have been doing. Building such inflation. Because inflation is what makes the wealthy more wealthy. And Main Street always gets it too late. Because they think because their interest rate on a house is low, the interest rate to buy a car is low, everything's okay for them. They don't understand it's not. At the end, they get screwed. They'll lose that car. They'll lose that house. But they don't get that. They don't understand that because it's not what they do. QT, what they're doing now is the opposite, tightening. So they created this inflation, a 40-year high from QE. Now they're trying to tighten to fix it. And what has happened is the money supply is draining out. And all the other dumb decisions they made were, by the way, for the first time in 109 years, the Federal Reserve has lost money, $117 billion. Okay? So they're making so many bad decisions. But QT, this tightening Powell, said, I'm going to fight inflation. It's at 40 years. We're going to hit our target of 2%. We're going to make sure prices are going to return to growth of just 2%. It's not going to happen. He knows that. There's only one end, is a crash. And look, all the signs are here, but nobody wants to believe it. But if you're with us, the more they prolong it, and if they turn around and say, we're going to do QE again, people think, oh, if they do QE again, guess what? We'll get another 14 years, the stock market's going to go up. No. They do QE, they announce QE again, we maybe get a month or two, but then you get a hell of a crash. Because why? Because the big institutions are the ones who buy stocks. They're smart. They're called the smart money. Do you think with the Federal Reserve, remember when they did QE, the Federal Reserve had on their balance sheet just $800 billion. They got close to $8 trillion. They have no room. QE, remember, is to go to the banks that are defaulting, go in and save them and keep buying their trashy treasuries and their trashy mortgages to build their reserves to keep them alive so they can give them money at zero interest so they can give it to the CEOs, lend them to the CEOs so CEOs can buy their own shares to push the stock up without having profits. And in the meantime, the guy on Main Street thinks, oh, look at this, I can buy a car. I got a mortgage for a house at 3%, and I can buy this car. I never dreamed I could have this car, but the payments are so low. But they don't understand it's going to bite you in the end. And we're at the end. Now, I don't know how much longer the market's going to rally, but the big headwind we have right now is March. That's the banks, 180 banks. All those notes come due to the Fed, and they can't pay them. So join my gang, okay? And on a day like today, when the Dow went up 400 points, you're not getting in now after it went up 400 points. You are already in, and you're selling. You're saying to the people who are getting in at the very top, here, take some of my shares. Here, take some of my shares. But 85% of the people today are buying at the very top with the market up 400 points, and they're jumping in. They're all excited. Boy, this market's never going to come down again. And they buy right at the top, like they always do. Same mistake over and over and over. And that's why 85% of people don't make money in the market. But if you're with us, you'd be enjoying that 400-point rally because you already got in. You already got in. And now you're going to get ready to make it on the way back down. But we have an election year. What if they turn around during the election year and say, let's do QE anyways. We don't care about Main Street. I gave you the numbers. Look at the money the rich have been making off of QE. I mean, look at when it went from 0 to 5%. Look at the billions of dollars they're making in interest income, the very wealthy. You don't think they may just turn around and say, you know what? It's an election year. So what we're going to do, keep the market going. So they get richer, and inflation gets worse. But I don't think that's going to happen. If they do that, I think the market would tank right away instead of rally. Because anybody who's smart, what they call smart money, they would know you could get away with it once because the Federal Reserve only had $800 billion on their balance sheet. In other words, they had enough room to buy all these mortgages and treasuries from the banks that were dying to keep them alive and put on their balance sheet. But now at $8 trillion, they have no more room. So they're going to start again? And inflation's going to go, real inflation right now, it's not 3.2%, it's 12%, not 3.2. So please, join the gang, free for 10 days, and we'll put you in a position, when you're done with those 10 days, you're going to say, God, I wish I did this before. Now I understand how the market works. Now I know, I don't have to ask anybody, what do you think the market's going to do? Or what do you think the stock's going to do? I understand, I can tell myself what it's going to do. Between the bond market, which we teach you how to read, and our Pro 1 and Pro 2, our Pro 3 charts, I mean, you're not going to ever ask that question again. What do you think the market's going to do? What do you think the stock's going to do? And then you're not going to have that fear anymore that when the market starts going, you get a phone call, you call your broker, well, would you come into the office? We're going to rotate everything for you. We're going to put you in Clorox. We're going to put you in Coca-Cola. We're going to put you in potato chips. We're going to put you in lipstick. Things that people need. There's no place to hide. So in the meantime, like I said to my gang, let's just stay with the powerful stocks, the power stocks. They're making new highs where there's no sellers. And then we'll be prepared to sell short when that day comes. Join us. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make